Hi, I'm Yogi Kwon from SHOPS, working to improve health rights for semiconductor workers in Korea. Today I will share insights from our campaign highlighting those challenges, these positive challenges we've encountered. The SHOPS movement was called occupational disease recognition struggle. Since Korean society did not know occupational disease could occur in semiconductor, it was important task to be recognized for occupational disease. You already know if there is an electronics industry in the country, there are people who got sick from their work. Yeah, this is slow. Yeah, the photo is of Hwang Yumi and her father Hwang Sang-gi, the first victim of semiconductor workers' sickness. It happened 16 years ago. Before Hwang Yumi, they were gradually more dangerous, more death due to worse working conditions. People didn't know connect them to chemicals. When Hwang Sang-gi said his daughter got leukemia from working with semiconductor at Samsung, people didn't believe him. Soon after, more people started getting sick from the job. In South Korea, Samsung has been a spotlight, but the government found that other semiconductor companies like SK Hynix also faced similar issues. It's not just the Samsung problems, occupational disease affected the whole semiconductor industry. When you look at the investigations from SK Hynix, the Samsung Ombudsman Committee, and research data from institutes, we found that in one Samsung semiconductor factories alone, about 1,000 different chemicals are used. Among them, 25% are confirmed to be CMR substances. Dr. Kim interviewed, since our information comes from the three largest companies in Korea, it's largely that workers in smaller companies, smaller Korean companies, or those in developing countries face even more risk. Information on dozens of substances used in Samsung mobile phone factories was obtained and analyzed. The ratio of CMR substances were close to half, much higher than in semiconductor factories. The chemicals in other electronic industry are just as risky as those in semiconductors because they also use a lot of CMR substances. Recently, a South Korean investigative journalist reported on the conditions at a Samsung cell phone factory in Vietnam. You can see the photo. Air contaminated with toxic chemicals was illegally discharged without purification. The problem was illegal emission of contaminated air has continued for more than 8 years, and it only disappeared after outsourcing dangerous process. In Vietnam, Samsung appeared to be less attentive to environmental health and safety management in its factory compared to its operations in Korea. Furthermore, the company has outsourced certain risky processes, making the dangers move and increase. HS Tech methanol poisoning instance is an example. In Vietnam, from February to March this year, a tragedy happened at the Samsung subcontractor. 37 people got methanol poisoning, 3 young workers lost eyesight, and 1 worker died. 7 years ago in Korea, a similar incident occurred, leading to criticism of Samsung. They promised not to let subcontractors use methanol for cooling in Vietnam. At a Bina factory in Vietnam, manufacture components for Samsung mobile phones, and the process involved painting the parts with spray paint. However, the toxic chemicals cleaning system is not working at all. And paint powder and toxic chemicals are released through the chimney, causing serious health problems such as respiratory problems and lung cancer. After also seeing the dangerous work that Samsung used to do until a few years ago, the company has not conducted any environmental safety management, which show that the risk to Vietnamese workers and residents have increased. Next, I will share the outcomes of Sharp's efforts in Korea. Now, if you work in semiconductor factories and get cancer, people might think, is it because of the job? Some may even worried about it when they start working in a semiconductor factory. Yeah, they sometimes call us. Until now, Sharp has been a process making something out of nothing. At the beginning of Sharp's, 19 occupational health organizations, human rights organizations, and labor unions began to thinking about the problems of occupational disease at Samsung. Experts unfamiliar with the semiconductor factories conducted various investigations, leading to the emergence of knowledge professionals in occupational health. Professor Baek Do-myung is one valuable expert met during this process. Now there is increased awareness among doctors that working in semiconductor factories can cause illnesses. Legal experts, including lawyer and labor lawyer, specializing in occupational disease in the semiconductor electronic industry, have also multiple. Numerous media outlets cover this issue, altering journalist perceptions. Activists and civil society lead this effort, strengthen the network of occupational health movement. Samsung is a representative company that has suppressed workers from forming unions under the guise of non-union management. But workers have developed the power to stand up to the company, forming unions and fighting for their right to safety. For a long time, there was no union to monitor whether Samsung was keeping its promises. Sharp is currently working with unions to investigate and report on working conditions and hazards at Samsung Electronics affiliate. Korea Sharp has fought and will continue to fight for the recognition of occupational injury through the country occupational injury system. There may be difference in the system in each country, but I think it is important task to make the victims of occupational disease visibly, and to hold company and the state accountable. Responsibility. When the fight began in Korea, people didn't know how dangerous Samsung's semiconductor factories could be, and there wasn't much information available. Sharp looked at the IBM case, where the issue was hidden by offering big compensation to victims. Samsung tried to do the same way, but failed. Thanks to Korean victims' family who rejected Samsung's offer, we fought together for fair compensation. Now in Korea, there are many official documents on semiconductor industry occupational disease, including government data. If you encounter semiconductor industry occupational disease victims in your country, please remember the steps Sharp took. And if you need specific assistance, feel free to contact us. We will share the information we have. We've recently made our archive of SHAF's activities available on our website. Please take a look. Yeah. Thank you for listening.